back to my channel. As you can see, today's topic is how to deal with negative people. I've been getting asked a lot lately from clients and just some friends of mine on how I manage to stay so calm and collective in dealing with annoying or negative people. And people just kind of been sending me emails asking for my advice on how to keep negative people from taking away your positive energy or even distracting your focus from getting things you want to get done. So I thought it would be a really good topic to do for a video today. And I've created a 3-point system or a 3-step system on how to, not only on how to deal with negative people, but how to keep them from penetrating into your positive energy. So the first step of this system is understanding. I think a lot of times we allow negative people to take our power or our positive energy from us because we get emotionally involved. Normally they have a tendency to upset you, they irritate you, and then before you know it, your entire emotional state has changed in a matter of minutes or sometimes even seconds, depending on how well you've learned to be self-aware of your feelings in a given moment. So just try to understand that with negative people, they're very unaware of how negative they actually are. There's a chapter in the metaphysical text, of Course in Miracles, that states that we, as humans, we're meant to live in a mental state of contentment and joy, and not in a state of self-loathing and suffering. And some of us are walking among people who are very much in the light, like myself and others, who have a tendency to see everything optimistically, who have a tendency to choose love over fear, who choose guidance over frustration. And some of us are walking around very much in the dark, who have lived in a world of disillusionment. They believe that they are victims, that they're being victimized constantly. The world's out to get them. No one is there to help them. They're all alone in the world. They have this doom and gloom type of attitude. And it can be really difficult to deal with these people. So when I say understanding, I mean be very much aware that these people are not conscious of how they affect you when they come around with their negativity. They are very much aware that they are sucking the positive energy out of you or leaving you with their emotional baggage. So just try to understand and try to remember and always be aware that these people are not consciously out to get you. The second step is empathy. I think it's incredibly important for us as a community, as a society, as humans in general, to always carry empathy for others. We all can think of a time when we were going through a bad, stressful moment, or just having a bad couple of weeks or even a couple of months, and we felt the doom and gloom as well. So just try to remember a time when you felt bad, or remember back to a time when you were in the darkness before you found the light and you found peace and tranquility within your life, within yourself. And then use that remembrance of that emotion that you remember from that particular time in your life to empathize with this person that you may be speaking with who's negative or angry, even if it may be someone in line at the restaurant or anywhere when you're having, trying to keep yourself from letting this person take over your positive energy. Just try to remember to put yourself in their shoes. This immediately creates a feeling of I don't want to use the word pity, but it immediately makes you feel a sense of sadness for them, makes you want to help them. It brings full love to the forefront as opposed to irritation and aggravation. So instead of you getting irritated and agitated and wanting to lash out at that person for lashing out at you, you're now feeling a sense of love and a sense of wanting to, a sense of compassion and wanting to, help this person or help this person through this moment. So empathy is definitely the right next step to take after understanding. The third step, to acknowledge their negativity. Because negative people are unaware of their ability to drop their baggage off with other people, they have a tendency to also, because we live in a state, because humans were meant to live in a place where we're not living through pain and suffering, we have a tendency to unknowingly want to release that pain. We want to be relieved of any type of suffering or pain or aggravation that we're feeling. So these negative people, when they come around, they have a sense of to transfer energy. They like to use the cynical ego's words and become selfish and create drama and stir up emotions, negative emotions in other people. Those are usually people you see at work who like to turn people against each other. They just kind of want to release their negative energy by creating chaos in other ways. So when I say that we want to acknowledge their negativity, what I mean is what we want to do is when they come over and they're wanting to drop off these bags and I've complaining about this and whining about that, they're just kind of ranting about their victimhood. The one thing you should do, as opposed to trying to open yourself up and offer them advice, and maybe you should do this or you should read this book, or I do this every day and it helps me. Instead of you opening yourself up like that and making yourself vulnerable to their negative energy, what you should do is just acknowledge what they're saying. These people live in a state of disillusionment. They don't see themselves properly. They don't see themselves properly. Again, they're living in darkness. They don't see themselves for who they really are. They don't see the world the way it actually is. So for them, they just want to be validated in their negative gloom and doom. So what you should do is say, you're right. It must feel horrible to have maybe at Starbucks make your order wrong every day just to piss you off. It must be horrible to have a job that you hate that you continue to go to every day. I can totally understand why you would be upset that McDonald's didn't have fresh cookies for you. These are things that obviously we know as people who are positive and who work hard to stay positive and stay self-aware. We know that these things are very much delusions. We know that these things are just the cynical ego at work inside their minds, but they're not in a stage where they're ready to receive help. If they were, they'd be asking for help as opposed to trying to drop off negative baggage. So the best thing for you to do to keep your neutral shield up is to just repeat back to them what they've said to you and acknowledge that they're right. Acknowledge their negativity. Say, you're right. This absurd thing that you keep referring to, this horrible thing that happened to you hours ago that you're insisting upon letting ruin your entire day. You're 100% correct. You're right. It must feel horrible to be you. It must be horrible to be you. Your life must be, in shambles because you can't have your Starbucks when you want it every morning. By acknowledging the negativity and by returning it back to them as they send it out. As soon as they, start to whine, you send it right back to them. You're kind of in a way kind of blocking it. You're shielding yourself from that negative energy by not opening yourself up and making yourself vulnerable to it. So the 3 steps is first to understand, 2 is to empathize, and 3 is to acknowledge your negativity. You will notice if you use this 3-step system that after a while, these negative people will do 1 or 2 things. They will either gravitate away from you on their own. They will, find themselves not wanting to be around you because they're not getting what they want when they're with you. Sometimes a lot of people think it's better to just ignore negative people or this space on them or ignore them or delete them from my phone. You really don't even have to put that much energy into getting rid of negative people. You could literally just be positive and do step 3, which is just acknowledge negativity and shield yourself from it. And eventually they'll go away on their own because they're not going to get what they want from you. If you're not a good place for them to drop off things that they don't want, they will eventually find someone else they can do that to. And since you're no longer that person, they have no reason to bother you, and they will eventually gravitate away from you on their own. Now, these could be friends and family members that you may be having issues with, and you're wondering, how do I deal with them, their family? They're going to space on you on their own, in their own time. When they realize that they can no longer change your positive energy, they can't make you upset, they can't bring you to where they are. They're going to eventually just leave you alone because you don't have anything for them. Something good is going to happen to you though when this starts to happen, and you'll if you're practicing self-awareness, you will start to see the changes happening rather quickly. The universe will see that your I like to call the light beacon is on and it stays on consistently, and that you are bringing light to others around you by being a positive person. The universe will start to gravitate you towards other like-minded people. Before you know it, you're making friends. You start meditating every day. You start making friends at yoga. You start a self-help book club. You make friends there. Before you know it, all of your new friends that you will have soon will all of a sudden be people who are positive and who have the same type of, are exuding the same type of energy as you. And before you know it, you won't have any more negative people around you that at least close enough to you to constantly be a problem. So just remember, when you're up against negative people, it's up to you to keep your light on or to turn it off. You can choose to, lash out and blow up back at them, But you can choose to keep your light on and to keep love in the forefront and to shield yourself from letting them, attack you. Just try to keep your positive energy shielded within. You don't have to always be so vulnerable or be so open to it. Well, I guess that's pretty much the 3-step system. I really hope that these steps help you guys. If you have any questions or if you have any examples or if you try it and you want to tell me how it goes, please feel free to comment down below. Of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. I have some really cool things planned for you guys this month. Some really cool videos, places I've been. So I've met with some really cool people and done some awesome interviews. So it's a really exciting time for this YouTube channel. Also, visit the blog, TheSelfHelpGeek.com. I already have a bunch of really cool stuff on there, self-help book reviews, podcasts, things like that. It's a great, just like miscellaneous place for you to just find all types of self-help things and techniques you can use, as well as my life coaching services list there as well. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching my video today. I can never give enough gratitude for how much I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, please subscribe and have a great day. Sat Nam.